Hello, welcome back to the channel. This video was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It took me a while to work through, and it's about how to set up views in Prepared. Okay, having done the video on setting up views in X-Plane, I expected this to be a little bit more straightforward. I know that you can cycle through views, so in Prepared you can accept the external or the internal views using the S key, and then when you're in internal or external you can cycle through the views available using the A key under the default settings. But it turns out it's quite cumbersome. I haven't found a way to set up a particular joystick button to select those views, and you can select them with the mouse or, as I say, with the A key cycling through, but otherwise not very useful at all. So I looked around for other programs that could help with that. So before you start with this, it is quite easy to mess it up. So if you need to go back to default factory settings with Prepared, then you can just, here's where to find it. You can find the Prepared config file, rename it after the dot to say back, BAK, and then once the simulator starts, it will reconfigure the file with the default settings. If you really mess it up and you can't actually reset just using the config file, you can set the whole thing back to factory settings by deleting these 4 files here that I've listed, 4 folders, sorry. Don't delete the folders themselves, just delete the contents of the folders, and then Prepared will reset everything back to defaults when you restart it. Just be aware that you will then need to reinstall your SimConnect, your SpadNext connection, set up your joysticks and what have you, or your bespoke settings again. So but it is a good way to start with a clean sheet if, as I say, you mess up the views. So I looked around for, there are a number of different programs that will do this. The 2 that I settled on were OPUS Fsi and EasyDock. EasyDock now is at version 3. So OPUS first. I think it is quite a powerful program. Both of these programs allow you to set up weather effects, to set up head movement, to set up more immersive settings for the camera effects within Prepared. But I found OPUS to be quite cumbersome. When you install it, it doesn't intuitively install onto the add-on menus in the simulator. You need to find the server program within the program folder and then set up either a desktop shortcut, or you can add it clearly to FSU IPC INI as a program run command, and that's set out how to do that in the manual, and that will restart the server each time you start the simulator. Once set up, it's okay, but it isn't overly intuitive. I found it particularly difficult to associate views with a particular aircraft, and despite my best efforts, I never quite settled with OPUS Fsi. EZdok 3, I also found it very difficult initially to install. It took me about a week on and off, installing and reinstalling. It would not simply pop up on the add-ons menu. And there are 2 things that you need to do to make sure that it starts. One is you really need to be starting Prepared as an administrator, so in admin mode, and you can do that by just setting up under the compatibility section of the shortcut, start it in admin mode. And then the second thing is you need to really make sure you've got the right version of EasyDock for your version of Prepared. So in my case, I'm running Prepared version 5, and there is a particular program and hotfix that you need to download for version 5 that allows you to configure EasyDock to talk to and work with Prepared. once I downloaded that, it started straight away. Was clearly on the add-on menu, and I'll take you through here just quickly how to set up the views and allocate them to a joystick button. This is not intended to go through all of the other functions. It's a really powerful program of EasyDock, just how to set up the views. So I hope this is helpful. So we just select EasyDock main panel, and you can see there are a number of views already set up here. On the left hand side, you can choose whether the transition is animated or whether there's a quick snap transition between the views. And you can set that up individually for each one of the views that you set up. I've added one at the bottom for the suction gauge. First we'll show you how to delete a view you've set up. So simply right click on it and then choose delete view and OK. And then to reset up that view, start from anywhere, and then if you look at the left hand side, there's like a little crosshairs. You can this is pretty intuitive. Just move the camera around as you want to, position it so that you're happy. So in this case we're looking for the suction gauge. Then you can remove the camera and just name it whatever you want. So in this case, suction, enter. And then that view will be held, so you can move backwards and forwards between the different views. And then if you just click on this box here and then select any of your joystick buttons that are free, then you can set that up to return to that view. There are also internal and external options, which makes it easier, so you can set up views for internal, external and the cockpit. Finally, as I said, I'm not really talking about the wider capabilities of EZdok, but you can set it up to respond to various shaking of the cockpit, head movements. In my case, I've got them all turned off. And finally, if you've got Active Sky, it has a facility where you can link the EasyDock up with the Active Sky program, and it will respond to weather turbulence and effects. Okay, that's all I've got for you in this video. If you liked it, please like it, subscribe if you want to be notified when further videos are uploaded, and leave any comments, particularly if you know how to set up views in a different way in Prepared, maybe, and allocate them to a button. I'd be interested to hear that from you. I always respond to any comments and I love to hear from you. So, and I'll catch you next time.